What is going on, guys? It is your boy Stab, and today we are discussing the joining of the DBL D League as well as the little preview to Game 1. So, quick backstory on the DBL. I found them about 2 years ago. They were already full, so I kind of ignored them. I followed them on Twitter, though, just to keep up with it, see what kind of league it was. And about, 2 months ago, maybe 3. Today's January, so either end of November or sometime in December, they started looking for coaches for Season 2. And, well, maybe not Season 2. I don't actually know what number season it's on. But they were looking for new coaches, so I decided to apply. I think my boy Fogg actually applied too. So there is that. But, yeah, we both applied. I didn't get in, unfortunately. He didn't get in either, but you know what? I'm good. He's not. So, anyway, about 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, they DM'd me on Twitter again, and they said, hey, one of our coaches from the D League dropped, and they wanted to know if I wanted to be in. I didn't really have anything going on. I wasn't in any other leagues at this time, so I decided to go ahead and do it. It's a D League. I don't know if I plan to make the majors or do the real league or whatever. I don't even know how that works, but, you know, we're still going to try to win games because that's what we do, get the W's. You already know what it is. But, so, we did our draft, and I don't know if I'm going to do a draft analysis, but we picked a pretty good team. Anyway, today is week 1, and you guys will see this before the actual battle. I'm not going to do a team builder because I actually face my week 1 opponent again later in the season, and I don't like revealing a lot of my sets, so we're not going to do a team builder. I think I'll do like a quick, 1-sentence rundown of each thing that I'm bringing in the battle in just a second here. But huge shout out to my boy, the Flying Bird. He helped me with my draft plan and helped me build this team as well. So big shout out to him. His link will be in the description. And I guess we could throw Zazo down there too, because Anthony Zazo is the absolutely undisputed lord of the draft format. And he was in call when we were building, so he threw some things in there. And yeah. Anyway, the team is good. As you see from our little display right here, you will see not only my team, but our team, but the team that my opponent has as well. I don't know why I can't talk today. But going first over our team, pretty lord squad. Kieran Black, Mew, Zapdos, Mega Aggron, Greninja, Emboar, Gafagrius, Aromatisse, Tauros, Kricketune, Sandslash. That is our team. And then we got 2 Z-move users to choose from. So our Z-move users this season are Kieran Black and Mew. Going over my opponent's team, we're facing a team called the Detroit Dragonclaws, coached by Bankai Mike. He's not really somebody that I'm aware of, but seems like a chill guy. So hopefully we're able to get the win. His team is pretty interesting in the fact that he has 12 things on his team, and he actually drafted 6 dragon types and 6 steel types. So yeah, it is what it is. He got Heatran, Mega Scizor, Como, Salamence, Haxorus, Empoleon, Noivern, Aggron, Rager, Altaria, Steelix, and Klinklang. Now his Z-move users will be Empoleon and Altaria. So, yeah, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and hop over to the battle and see what Mike has for us and hopefully get the win. I'll see you guys out there. All right, welcome to the battlefield. Today, we're taking on Mike, and you see Mike's team across from us. And yes, as I explained in the preview, it is a mono drag mag team, so he does have 6 dragons and 6 steel types. Luckily for us, we did predict pretty much exactly what we thought he would bring is here. I thought possibly that the Haxorus or the Salamence would be brought over the Como. Salamence is quite weak to ice and have a lot of ice coverage, so it's probably a good reason he didn't bring that. And then Haxorus needs some setup or a scarf to be faster than a lot of my things. So I guess it made sense, but it's here. And those things are not, so that's good. Not going to do a team builder this week, and the reason for that, I think I touched on it briefly in the little preview, is that we do face Mike again later on in the season, so I don't want to give away any of my sets. Real quick, though, we are bringing offensive Kyurem offensive oriented Mew, a Spike Shot Greninja, a defensive Aggron, a defensive Aromatisse, and a bulky Zapdos with some hitting capability. As per usual, I will be pausing periodically throughout the game to explain some of my plays. So right now we're going to go ahead and get into it. I thought going into this game that my best lead was definitely my Greninja. I can get up a spike on almost anything, and I expect him to lead with his Noivern, and if the Noivern is modest, we do outspeed that. So we should be able to pick up a kill. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this, and he actually leads off with Aggron. Now, as I said before, I'm going to lead off Greninja. I thought this was kind of a bad play on his part to kick off the game. Pretty bad lead, because I led with Kyurem. I pretty much get a kill right here. I do lead with Greninja, though, so Aggron can't really do anything to me. And if it wants to set up its rocks, it's not that big a deal, because my hazards will pressure him to defog for me. I don't have defog on this team, so we do have to rely on him to get rid of the hazards. But again, we have enough hazards to force him to do that. They really only hurt my Kyurem and my Zapdos as well, neither of which I really need health on anyway. So, as you're going to see, he actually pulls a hard switch out into his Empoleon, which is fine. I'm just going to go for a safe Scald. If I get a burn on the Aggron, great. If I break it sturdy, great. And as you're going to see, I actually get the burn on the Empoleon. Not that it matters, but it does end up being leftovers Empoleon, so it will cancel out that recovery. Here I believe I just set up a spike. Yes, I'm going to set up a spike. I break the sturdy on the Aggron. I get some chip damage on pretty much everything except that Noivern. He sets up a Stealth Rock's not a big deal. Again, not a lot of my team is hurt by it, and I don't need health on the things that are. He sets up Stealth Rocks, like I said. I'm just gonna go hard into Zapdos. I know he can't really touch my Greninja, and I do expect him to try and switch out. And he just goes for the Flash Cannon. Not really sure why he did that. It didn't really hit anything on my team, and I wouldn't have gone to Kyurem there anyway, because I was expecting the switch into maybe his Scizor, unless he didn't want to get burned by Scald, but he could have gone Noivern there as well. Point is that Kyurem was not the switch there, and I'm just going to go into Zapdos, and I can pretty much get up a Volt Switch for free because he has no ground type, and as you'll see right there, I do over 70%. Now, the calc was, based on my investment and all of that, I could do between 51 to 68, I believe, if it was a fully especially defensive Empoleon. It is not, obviously, so we get off a nice chunk there. I'm just going to Volt Switch right back out into Greninja. Empoleon already proved that it can't touch it. And Empoleon will decide here that he's going to go for Hidden Power. Now, I don't know if this was Ice or Rock. I'm guessing it was Rock because it was neutral on Greninja, and it makes sense to get some damage off on my Kyurem with the Empoleon. Again, it was pretty weird to see, but that's what happened. I'm going to go for Scald here. Now, I could have set up a second Spike, but I didn't want him to get a free switch into a Scizor, or even just his Noivern, because I did expect him to stay in there. I expect him to stay in there. If he dies, great. I could have gotten up the spike, but I didn't want to take unnecessary damage with my Greninja because I still don't know what his Noivern set is. Empoleon dies, Empoleon got up rocks and then didn't really do anything. Here he goes into that Scizor. I thought that was a possible play. Scizor's going to take a little bit of spike damage. I'm just going to help with an HP Fire. I know I can't kill, but I can do a lot of damage. And I get off a clean 70% there. He goes for Facade. This was one of the weirdest plays he made. And as you can see there, he goes for the Bullet Punch. Reason Facade was really weird is because that implied that he thought my way to deal with his Scizor was to burn it, which was really interesting because, as you guys know, I have an Emboar on my team, and if I had brought that, I could have just clicked Flare Blitz or Fire Punch or literally any move and knocked it out pretty easily. Plus, I have fire coverage on a lot of my bonds, and as you saw right there, the Hidden Power Fire did over 70% to the Scizor. So, not really sure why he had Facade, but I guess it's a nice tech. He goes for a Bullet Punch. I am invested in HP, so I do live there, and I just knock it out with a Scald. Scald was by far the safest play. I could get a burn on pretty much anything. Heatran wasn't coming in, and then now Noivern comes in. This is important because... So he knocks me out with the Boom Burst there. That confirms that he is modest, that he is at least timid. Now, I don't know if he's Scarf yet, but he's definitely timid because I have enough speed to outspeed modest Noivern. So Noivern is definitely timid, which means he shouldn't be doing a lot to my Aggron at all. And as you're going to see on this play, as I go into Aggron, he just goes for the U-turn, so he's definitely not choiced, which is great for things like... He's not Specs. That's basically what I'm trying to get across. He's not Specs. He goes into Heatran here. I just set up my Rocks. Noivern will be taking 25% every time it comes in, and the rest of the team is grounded, so that's good. Scary moment right here. he sets up Substitute. This was actually really bad because he was Balloon Sub. This was actually really bad, except for the fact that Heavy Slam is going to actually break his balloon through sub. I don't know if he knew. Alright, as I was saying, I don't know if he knew when he set up that sub that his balloon would break if I popped him with Heavy Slam. So I know I can take a Flamethrower because I am invested in Spadef too. This is a pretty much catch-all aggron. So he's not going to be able to 1-KO me. I do break the sub, and instead of subbing again, what he chooses to do is go straight for the Flamethrower. If he didn't sub, he was dead. So it was actually a pretty good play to try and set up a sub and try to preserve his Heatran, at least for a little bit. I'm going to go straight into my Mew. I know I outspeed this, and I can just fire off one of my coverage moves, my Earth Power, and knock it out. Earth Power was really safe because he didn't know my coverage. I could have had Ice Beam. I could have had anything to hit his Noivern. I could have had Dragon Claw for all he knew, but he goes into Noivern now. I know because he's not Specs, he can't really do anything to Aromatisse. And as you're going to see there, his coverage for the Mew was to hit with Dark Pulse, which does absolutely nothing to Aromatisse, who's really bulky. Leftovers recovery. I'm just going to fire up a Wish here, I believe, as he U-turns. So yeah, he U-turns out, and then I do fire up that Wish, I believe, because I'm trying to heal back. I'm trying to get as much health back on my Mew as possible as he goes into Aggron. Now, I know that I can't touch this. I don't know if he knows, but I'm going to fire off that Wish, and then I'm just going to go right back out to Mew. And as you're going to see here, he actually goes for the tech, the Head Smash, and he's going to miss because we're that lucky. Hacks rewards good players. That miss kind of mattered, but at the same time didn't. It mattered in the fact that if he was banded, it did 98 min to my Mew set and killed me easily. But I also had a full health Kyurem to revenge him, so it's not that big a deal in the grand scheme of things. But he missed the Head Smash, and now I get my Wish back, so Mew is at full, and now I can just fire off an Earth Power and knock this Aggron out. His last two Pokemon are Como-O and Noivern. Noivern appears to be entirely walled by Aromatisse because he's revealed 3 of his 4 moves. So he's revealed U-Turn, he's revealed Boom Burst, and he's revealed Dark Pulse. Because he's not Specs again, Boom Burst doesn't do enough to Aromatisse to pose any real threat, especially since I am Wish Aromatisse like I revealed. But we have to assume that his last move is a Dragon move, and he probably can't touch me at all. So he brings in his Como-O, takes a lot of hazard damage, takes a round of spikes, rocks damage, and I get up a nice chunk, about 50 or 60, 59 or 60% with the Ice Beam. And that's around what it was supposed to do. It was supposed to do a little bit more, which makes me think he's heavily invested in bulk. Maybe not heavily, but he does have a good amount of bulk because he did take that much better than my calc told me it would. He goes for Dragonets here, and this is actually really funny because as you're going to see, even though he goes for Dragonets and gets a +1 speed, still is not faster than my Mew, and I just click Ice Beam again, knock him out. That was potentially really dangerous because if he was able to outspeed my Mew and knock me out, the only move that would have done that was Dragon Claw. Maybe. It depends. I didn't really calc that one, but there is a good chance he could have knocked me out. If he knocked me out and he had Poison Jab as a coverage move, he could have gotten rid of my Aromatisse, most likely. And then it would have been a tough time because he would have been able to outspeed my Kyurem. And I'm not sure if Zapdos would have been able to take it after 2 rounds of Stealth Rocks. But it's all a moot point because, as you said, that was an insanely slow Como-O. Goes out to Noivern here. I have nothing else to risk. So I'm just going to go right into my Aromatisse. Eat up whatever hit he wants to go for, which ended up being he goes for Dark Pulse. I don't know if I would have done that. I would have gone for Boom Burst. He didn't really make many predictions this game. That was something that was not strange, but just something pretty unexpected. He goes for Boom Burst here. It does a lot of damage. It does 36%. I'm not going to risk him critting me, and I'm just going to fire up a Wish, and then I'm going to get my health back. So depending on the roll, I'm out of range right now, and I'm going to protect here just to be safe and get a lot of my health back. Because it only did 36%, he goes for Dark Pulse there. I don't really know why. I have no reason to switch out. And I'm at 94%, so there's no way he can kill me, even with like a Mega Crit. He goes for Boom Burst, does 40% that time. And I'm just going to click Moonblast and knock him out. And that'll be the 4-0 in our favor. Huge shout out to Bird, again, the Flying Bird, one of my great friends. He helped me build with this team. great to start off the right side of things, I guess, with a 4-0 victory. Don't really know if any games have been played other than mine yet, so I don't know what place I'm in. I guess I'm 1-0 plus 4 technically, so that's pretty good. Next week, we will be taking on some guy I've never heard of and the New York Metagross, I believe. His team's kind of scary too, but hopefully we can pull through. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this battle, please leave a like, leave a comment if you so desire, and don't forget to subscribe if you have not. Anyway, guys, I'm Stab, and I'm out.